Ascension News, new 5D game rules. There are new game rules emerging in this ascending world, and not everyone is aware of these new game rules. Actually, the majority of the natives of this planet are completely unaware of them. If you told a native of this planet about these new game rules, they may think you have taken leave of your senses. These game rules allow for a more joyful and freeing experience on the planet, yet there are structures of restriction that will not allow these new game rules to come into play. Perhaps you're in a family that will not allow any of these new game rules. Perhaps you're working in a corporate business that wants to play the game by an old set of rules. Perhaps you're living in a culture that forbids these new game rules. Such relational structures will either allow and generate a sense of equality, freedom, creative expression, joy, flow, and opportunity, or they will seek to restrict them. If you are in a restrictive structure that would inhibit you playing by these new game rules, then it might be an idea to reevaluate your relationship with that structure. You could become a covert operator, meaning you stay in the structure but hide the fact you're playing by these new rules, and this may work fine for a time. You could become a completely visible player, which might mean you lose a few friends. Of course, in time you're very likely to gain some new friends, ones who are also playing the same new game. So let's take a look at these new game rules. The first one I want to talk about is the law of cycles. Everything has its time, and this includes the awakening of collective consciousness on the planet. These cycles of time have been read by the wise, and there are many prophecies concerning this time we're in. For instance, according to the Toltec calendar, we're shifting from one age to another, from one cycle of time to another, from the time of the fifth sun to the time of the sixth sun. And for anyone interested in the Toltec calendar, please read the book The Real Toltec Prophecies by Sergio Magana. The law of growth. You are a spirit in a body exploring this dimension of Earth, and this is one of many lifetimes. The prime direction of the soul is growth, meaning you learn through different realms of form and experience. In this dimension, growth has long been one of opposition to the light of the soul, meaning you activate a level of a soul quality by experiencing its opposite. You learn about freedom through restriction, oppression, imprisonment, and exile. You learn about love through abandonment, rejection, betrayal, and heartbreak. You learn about possibility by experiencing various forms of limitation. Now the game rules are changing, and you can activate a soul quality and expand the experience of this quality beyond any previously held limit. The law of vibration. Everything is governed by vibration. Love and joy are high vibrations, whereas fear and rage and despair are at the lower end of the scale. A prayer asking for the highest outcome in any situation carries a high vibration, whereas a prayer coming from a place of hopelessness carries a low vibration. A desire to manifest a dream tends to be of a higher vibration than the resistance that arises to block it. The lower the vibration you radiate on a day-to-day basis, the greater the potential for stuckness, limitation, and growth through suffering. The higher the vibration you radiate on a day-to-day basis, the easier it will be to manifest a joyful reality. The law of consciousness. Your consciousness is not one complete sphere of activity. There are 4 layers which could be called your unconscious mind, subconscious, conscious, and superconscious minds. Your unconscious mind is the part of you that is connected to other lifetimes and to the ancestors of your physical body, the bloodlines. Your subconscious mind is aware of all the memories, conditioning and programming you have gathered in this one lifetime. Your conscious mind is the captain of your ship, in that it chooses every aspect of your reality. Your superconscious mind is the navigator that knows the overview of your soul plan, which is why you are here at this time and place. It knows the challenges you have chosen to face, the situations you have come to transform. It also contains the gifts and inner potential you've come to awaken, and the dreams you've come to actualize. The law of balance. Everything in this universe operates in a dynamic tension with its antinomous opposite, meaning they are complementary and cannot exist without each other. Day yields to night, and the darkness of night once again yields to the brightness of day. There is abundance and also scarcity, fertility and barrenness, expansion and contraction. There is male and female aspects within you. In the core of your being, you have a masculine, logical, planning, strategic side. You also have a feminine, intuitive, imaginative, sensual, flowing side. And these energies are archetypal in nature, meaning everyone on the planet potentially has access to them. You are more effective in the world in direct relation to how well these two sides of you work together in harmony. The law of guidance. Those on a path of spiritual awakening and ascension become open to the guidance of their higher self. Challenges that assist you along the path are allowed at a soul level until you no longer need them to grow. You are being guided all the time. The universe is always giving signs to the awakened, whereas the unawakened are not in touch with the guidance of their higher self. It's important to listen to the gentle whispers of your higher self and guides, so you do not have to experience the lessons through any unnecessary hard knocks. The law of manifestation. The more your conscious mind focuses on problems, the more problems will seem to arise in your reality. The more your conscious mind focuses on bright, successful outcomes, the more the unconscious mind will work to manifest those in your reality. As you link your conscious mind in prayer and meditation with your higher self, you increase your ability to galvanize the power of your unconscious mind. This allows for, attracts, and creates a brighter, more fertile future that is in alignment with your soul's calling. The more you are guided by your higher self, the less you will be guided by your immature ego that has little idea about your calling. This law encompasses the power of intention and the power of the word, aligning all your words with your highest calling and destiny, for you are sovereign and your word is law in this universe. The law of action. You reap what you sow. What goes around comes around. What you offer to the world will return to you many-fold. If you offer the world your love and generosity, this will be returned to you. If you offer the world your disappointment and resentment, this is also what will be reflected back to you. This law of action extends beyond this lifetime and has also been called the law of karma. The law of miracles. This law does not operate for the unawakened unless it is activated through group prayer. This law applies to the awakened seeker who has released all attachments to the 3D world and who is a service to other soul. When we open to the spirit that is alive within nature and all beings, then everything is possible. The Master Soul, who knows in the core of their being that they are never separate from source energy, can walk on water, command the elements. The extent you feel connected to the source of all things is the extent to which you can activate the law of miracles. Your life is a miracle. In time, you'll realize that everything is possible in a loving universe. The law of resistance. Resistance is part of being alive in this dimension of reality. It is normal. Imagine you're driving a car. You have an accelerator pedal and a brake pedal. Both are useful to drive your car. But if you have one foot on the accelerator and another on the brake pedal at the same time, you will not get very far. You will waste lots of time and energy. There's a rule of thumb on the spiritual journey. The bigger the dream and soul calling, the bigger will tend to be the resistance. You may want to manifest something and at the same time fear the manifestation of it. You may desire abundance but have limiting beliefs and experiences around having money. You may want a successful business and doubt you deserve it or that you can make it happen. The way to activate this law is to become aware of the resisting forces within you. Acceptance and awareness are the way forward. Embrace and accept everything in your being and in your reality. This will begin to neutralize all programs of resistance you are holding from this lifetime or any other. The law of release. Nature abhors a vacuum. As you release something that does not serve you, something of a lower vibration, you then create the space for something of a higher vibration to enter. As you release the pain of the past, you can live more fully in the joyful present. As you release all attachments and all expectations about how life should be, then life gets easier and more graceful. As you release worry and anxiety about the future, new thoughts, ideas, and possibilities can enter the sphere of your mind. The law of service. When a soul has reached a certain point of evolution, then the law of service becomes a prime motivator. High-frequency souls return to Earth to help and guide those who have lost their way. In this way, all souls are assisted to reconnect with their true light. No soul is abandoned, and all will eventually find their way home to the light. These are the new game rules. Now you know them. The choice is whether you want to be a covert player or a completely visible one. And these game rules can be found in my latest book, The Spiritual Entrepreneur, which is available on Amazon as a physical book or on Kindle. Much love.